Hey everybody, thank you for joining us on this evening. My name is Retta K. Collier Isabel, and I have my fine hunk of a man here with us this evening.
Napoleon Isabel.
So while I wait for everyone to jump on this evening, I want you all to do me 3 quick favors. First of all, I'm participating in a lit live train on tonight, so go ahead and follow my girl Giselle Bonds at Positive Images Photography. If you're not already following her, go ahead. She's going to be coming on live after me. Like her page so you can be sure to get the notification when she's live. Also, scroll right back up to the top of this page and like this page if you haven't already done so. And one more thing, let me know where you're watching from because Facebook acts funny sometimes and it doesn't show me the comments. So just to make sure that I'm able to see the comments from my phone, let me know where you're watching from. And also, I want to say this too before I get started on my subject on tonight. You're going to notice that I'm the more dominant talker and he's the quiet one. So he is not going to say nothing to y'all unless y'all say something to him first. So ask him some questions so he can talk with me. Hey, Stephanie, thank you for joining me on tonight. So moving right along, I'm still going to give everyone a few more seconds to jump on live with us and get the notification that I am live. But on tonight, we're going to be talking to you about walking in our purpose in 2018. Hey, Letitia from Chicago. Say hey, baby. Hey, Ann. That's right. That's right. Okay, my girl Shaniqua is here, so I guess I'll just go ahead and get started. Again, for those of you who are just joining and don't know who the heck I am Retta K. Collier Isabel, and what's your name again?
Napoleon.
Napoleon. And tonight we're going to be talking to you about walking in our purpose in 2018. So I'm happy because I am able to see the comments on my phone, actually. So, and I'm a little bit nervous, so... Let's get this started. But tonight we're going to be talking about walking in our purpose in 2018. And just to give you all a little bit background of what Super Mommy Diaries is, which is not even that name anymore, so I need to get that changed. In 2011, no, I didn't start it in 2011. In 2016, I started Super Mommy Diaries. And later on in that year, I decided to change the name to From One Blessing to Another. The reason I started From One Blessing to Another is in honor of our son that we lost in 2011. Now, the purpose of this organization that we started is to help families, specifically moms and dads, husband and wife, learn how to deal with grief after a pregnancy loss and infant loss. So, I'm basically going to, go back and answer your questions after I get done speaking, so I'm not distracted and lose my thought. So again, we started Super Mommy From One Blessing to Another in 2016, and we want to gear towards working with husbands and wives, right?
Right.
Who have suffered a pregnancy loss. So you want to get them a little bit?
No.
From a man point. Come on.
Go ahead.
So one of the purposes that I definitely want to make sure that we're doing this year is to to help males who have had a pregnancy loss, who have went through a pregnancy loss with their wives on learning how to grieve. What I found to be normal is normally when you have a pregnancy loss, everyone is so focused on the wives, and the man just probably sits back and feel like he always has to be strong, be there for his wife. No one is ever concerned about what's going on with him, what's going on in his mind. So this year, we definitely want to focus more on the male and let them know that we recognize that they have lost their child too, and they do not have to suffer alone. Am I right?
That's right.
Y'all please make sure y'all ask him some questions so he can speak too. Yeah, so, and I'm sorry, I'm like all over the place because I always get nervous when I hit live. So basically, like I was saying, from one blessing to another, some things that we want to do is, again, help the males learn how to work through their griefs. Another thing that I found as I was doing my research is, and from, listening to my friends and all of that, some people, when you have a pregnancy loss, it's normal for life to be a little rocky afterwards. And as you know, many things put strains on relationships. So what I found in the past, that people tend to get a divorce after a pregnancy loss. And doing my research, I was able to find that under 20 weeks, there is a 25% chance of getting a divorce if you have a pregnancy loss under 20 weeks. And that number jumps all the way up to 60% getting a divorce if you have a loss after that. So many people always ask, after we've been through our loss, we had a stillbirth and we had 11 additional losses. And people always wanted to know, how did y'all do that? So one of the things we do want to offer is maybe some counseling of some sort, right?
Sure, if it helps.
We want to offer some counseling of some sort, and basically just give more tips on how to basically survive after you had a pregnancy loss. So you want to give a tip?
Sure.
Oh wait, one of the things when I had my pregnancy loss was I was totally out of it. I was very depressed. I wasn't myself. I wasn't able to do the normal things that I had been doing as a wife. I tried to commit suicide. So even my mom didn't know that until she actually read my book, and he was here through it all. So you want to give a tip on how you was able to help me through all that, and what made you not want to walk away?
What made me not want to walk away knowing that you was hurting more than I was? If you stay by your side, I stay by your side, because I know at the end of the rainbow, at the end of the storm, there's always sunshine and rain. And no matter what good in life, good and bad, I'm still by your side.
Right. And somebody asked, they want to know what was the most difficult part being a husband after the loss?
Knowing I knew we was having a boy, and the boy put some name after me, and knowing that your name can never carry on, because that's men want somebody, a legacy to carry on. That there ain't gonna be nobody after you. And even though we have another son now, or many kids after that, it still ain't gonna be another name after you. It just ain't the same.
Right. So I agree that was a hard part, and even now, we're trying to have another baby, and we often talked about possibly naming our next baby, after him, which is also my firstborn son name. And it's kind of not an argument between us, but kind of an argument with ourselves of if we want to do that, because in my mind, and do you agree, I feel like if we was to have another boy and we named him Napoleon after my husband, what do that mean that we're actually trying to replace my firstborn that passed? Do you feel that way?
No.
If we had another boy and we named him?
Because we can't replace him.
Right. Well, I just feel like that was his name, and that should just be his name, and we shouldn't, give that to another child if we ever blessed with another living one. So I'm just kind of scrolling through the comments. And again, as I'm scrolling and reading, don't forget to follow Giselle Bonds at Positive Images Photography also. So another thing that we want to do is I actually want to have a in-person support group. While I have a support group on Facebook, it's awesome and it's great, but when I was going through my loss, I wasn't able to find anywhere that only dealt with losses of a pregnancy or losses of a child. I remember sitting in therapy in the group sessions, and people would talk about losing their house or losing their pet or even losing a mom or a dad, and I just felt like I could not relate to them because I've never lost those things, and they couldn't relate to me because they've never lost a child. So I want to be something in person where people can actually, come out and, we can hug, we can cry together and do activities that'll help us basically work through all of our griefs together. And still scrolling. Yeah, I guess it's not a right or wrong thing to decide if you want to, you know, pass on that name or whatever.
Where are you, Thomas?
Yeah, and that's perfect. My son right here, who don't give us that no personal space. His middle name is actually my husband's first name because, again, you know, we always said if we had another son, we wanted to, you know, wanted him to have my husband's name. So he actually has my husband's first name as his middle name. So, but you still don't feel like that's the same, right? You actually want third or whatever or fourth. X, they saying hi to you. So yes, I definitely want to have something where it maybe be a monthly thing where we get together. I will teach them like how to journal or some things that I did when I was doing my loss and what I was able to do, how I was able to pull out of my darkness, because y'all, when I tell y'all I was dark, I need for y'all to understand I was dark. I was not me. I was not this person y'all looking at today. I was definitely not this person. I did not want to open the blinds. I did not want to eat. I had lost over 100 pounds because I just wasn't eating. I wasn't happy. I didn't smile. And he had to deal with all of that. So it was kind of like he had lost not only his child, but he lost his wife, because the things like we was doing before, I didn't want to go out to eat. I didn't want to have a relationship with him, you know, our little personal time in the bedroom. None of that. And it took like at least a year before I even started to even come back to myself. So he also had to deal with that. How did you feel about, you already answered that, right?
No.
About like me like being like totally out of it, not want to do things with you and just not eating and you walking in on me trying to kill myself and all of that.
I had to just understand and be patient.
Right. And definitely we want to, and please let me know if I'm going over my time, because I'll be in talks forever to you.
And just let y'all know that I ain't saying it was easy.
Right.
No, nothing came out of this wasn't easy. It just be patient and very understanding.
Right.
Them were two things, patient and understanding. If you ain't got one of them two, it ain't gonna work.
Right. And then, like, once I was able to, like, come back out of it, I kind of, like, felt bad because, like I said, it was been times where he's walked in on me, like, actually trying to take my life, all of that. And, you know, he had to endure that by himself because we wasn't telling anybody, you know, I was that bad off. People ask me, how you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm fine, you know, try to fake it off or whatever. But then behind closed doors, I'm crying, I'm cutting on myself, I'm doing all these things. And, you know, like I said, it took about, when did I write my book? In 2016. So for 4 years, even my mother didn't even know all of that. She called me after she read my book and was crying and was like, I didn't know all of that. So I'm so thankful for this man.
Hey, you know this stick on me.
All right, so that is my time. You all can go ahead and follow Giselle Bonds again at Positive Images Photography. And I don't see her link, but again, her link is Positive Images Photography. Go ahead and follow her. Yes, I do have a book, and it can be found on Amazon. And the title of the book is Life After Death, The Prelude, and Rainbow After the Storm, and they both can be found on Amazon. I'm just trying to see if she's live yet. Okay. I see that her pin is in the comments, but I'm not seeing that she's live. Let me see, is it different from my computer? Okay, she's heading over there now, guys, so go ahead and meet her. And I'll go ahead and end. Thank you all for joining me on today. And also, before I leave, I do want to let you all know, remind you all to go ahead and like this page. A lot of times I'm coming live from this page, you know, giving tips on how to deal with grief after pregnancy loss. I'm definitely going to try to get him coming on more with me from a man's point of view. But if you want a more private setting, we do have a support group on Facebook, and it's called From One Blessing to Another. And I'll also put the link in the comments for you all to join us over there. So talk to you later. Mwah. Thank you for joining us.